Hello, hello, hello. It's Anne Lewis, your independent Stamping Up demonstrator based on the Sunshine Coast here in Queensland, Australia. Just give me a second. It's been one of those days where I'll just put this over just a bit. It's been one of those evenings when no matter what I did technically, did not want to work. So I'll delete the previous one which had the feedback, and it looks like this one is working. So let me know if you can see and hear me. And I'm a little frustrated, as you can imagine, but I've got these really, really great cards that you will absolutely love. Now, the products that I'm using I'm hoping I can find them after doing a little bit of a I'm struggling a little bit trying to get this all together. I'll just get rid of those cards. I'm going to be using the Decorative Dies, Decorative Tree Dies, which is the product that I'm featuring. Now, this isn't available yet. It's in the new mini catalogue, and it will be available on the 4th of September. I'm also using the Peaceful Season, which for the sentiments, because I needed quite a few sentiments. But the other one that I'm using, which is the other part of the bundle, is the Decorative Trees stamp set. So I'll just put these away just a little bit, and let's get started. I've got a pussycat in here who is driving me insane because I opened the door so many times that she decided that she needed to be here. So here's the cards. And I want to show you because I wanted to make these cards so easy to make, and you can use the supplies that you have at home, especially the designer series paper. But I've featured the Season of Elegance designer series paper, and it's got a foil finish to it. It's got 3 sheets of each piece of cardstock. So it's got foil on one side and matte on the other side. I love this paper, and I featured it because it was so easy to actually use. So wait a minute, I'll just go back to my comments. So now we've got Marnie, hello, Madeline, Sharon. Thanks everybody, and thanks for your patience. So this is the paper that I'm featuring tonight. Now, it's not every card is using it, but I wanted to be able to show you how you can actually use your designer series paper to make really easy cards. Now, I'm going to start on these because these are actually a pair. Easy, easy, easy to make. And just wait a sec. I just get my box and I'll show you how I made this. So it's such a simple card, and so all I've got is I've used basic white thick cardstock. So it's 4 1/8 inches by 11 inches. I've cut it in a profile card, and I've used the thick because if you do cut or design a card with this design, and I mean just the long skinny, in our humid weather, it's actually not going to stand up. It's going to eventually collapse because we just got so much humidity. So thick cardstock works really well. So I'm just scoring both of those at 5 1/2 inches. I'll use my bone folder. Now these cards, all these cards are made for either the casual stamper or for the experienced stamper. And the experienced stamper would actually use these designs, and I actually enjoyed it. Would use these designs to whip out quite a few cards. Now, this is the die I'm using, so you'll just see it will be somewhere on in your die set. But some of you may already have some tree dies, so they will work just as well when you're doing this design. And even a punch, if you don't have these dies. Now, just remember these dies are not available until after the 4th of September. I've still got a bit of asthma, but I'm nowhere near as sick as I was last week. It was a tough week last week. So I'm just getting out the cut and emboss machine. Now, I've already die cut this piece of, and it's in Pretty Peacock. I've already die cut a piece, and I use one of my favourite sets. What is it called? Perennial Postage Dies, which carried over into the new catalogue, and it fits my standard card size perfectly. So I just need, I'm missing here's my plate. So I've got my thin die adapter, platform thin die adapter, acrylic plate, and I'll put this on, and then all I'm going to do is die cut right in the centre here. I mean, I can place it where I like, so you might have a design where you prefer it, because everybody's not the same, and what looks nice to one doesn't necessarily look nice to the other. Now you can use the oops, sorry, I had to shift my computer so many times to try and get the streaming service up. It's not happy. So I'll just get this out of the way. I'll use it again. I'll just bring this back. So I've die cut a Christmas tree, and then I'm left with a negative space of the Christmas tree. So that's how I get 2 cards out of this. And this is why this is such a good design for Christmas. I'm going to put this back out here, out of the way. Now, to do this one, I'll do this first. All I'm going to do is stamp using one of the stamps which fits this perfectly. I'll grab the stamp set from the Decorative Trees, A Very Merry Christmas. So it's actually designed to stamp in the centre there. So I'm going to grab the Pretty Peacock ink. I've got a couple of, lots of tips and tricks tonight. So I want to line this up. I'm not sticking it down because I want it popped up, but I want it nicely lined up so I can stamp this where I want it. Kind of there. Anyway, there we go. So how simple was that? I'm going to add a gold star. Now this die set in the bundle comes with a little star here. But to save a bit of time, I just went and grabbed one of my really old, and I tell you they are old, little punches. But you don't need to have the punch. It was just a time saver, which I'll then add onto up here. I popped mine up, so I want a little mini dimensional. I can find one here. I have lots of mini dimensionals. Hello. So add my gold star. As I said, you can use the one in the bundle. It was a bit of a time. Don't want it like that. I want it to sit like that. I'm hoping you can See that? Then I'm going to grab some more dimensionals. Got some dimensionals sitting on my desk somewhere, but now to make sure this stays nicely popped up, you're going to need a lot of dimensionals. So don't underdo it, or otherwise it's not going to work and look nice. Now there's a couple of tricks that I did here, and I'll show you. Normally I have some leftover dimensionals. Oh, I do have some here. So I've got these edging pieces. So they're perfect for popping up this Christmas tree. I can run this down here. Now these do rip really easy. So it just pops it up. And I want some down here. And I'll add some more. How's my week been, says Marnie? Well, tonight has not been that. I was a little frustrated tonight. For some unknown reason, I was unable to get in for anything. And I ended up having to close the account and start the account again. So that was frustrating. But overall, as always, my weeks are very good. And if you're crafting, it can't be bad. So this is really simple card. And you'll see, as I said, got lots and lots of dimensionals on there. But it's not going to collapse on me. That's what's so good. So I'll make sure I've got this up the right way. Got a little trick for you if that doesn't work. If you do still get it wrong, because one of my earlier cards tonight. So how cute is that? And how quick and easy was that? So I could just stamp on the inside, and I've got from the Peaceful Season, I'm going to be using friends and family are the true gift of Christmas. Beautiful sentiments, and some really Christmassy ones and some not so Christmassy ones, if that makes sense. Because not everybody's right into Christmas, and not everybody even celebrates Christmas. So you really want a selection of sentiments that will suit everybody. So card one done. So let's go and let's do hi Glenda. Okay, so this is my second one, so I'm going to be using this, but I wanted it, so I could have left it nice and plain. I wanted to add a little bit of highlighting to the back. Now, for those that don't know, we have a colour called Wild Wheat, which has a bit of a gold toning to it. And so that's how I've done the background. Can you hear that noise? Yes, I can too. Okay, so I'm just using one of our blender brushes, and I'm going to add some colour, but I don't want lots of colour, and I don't need it perfectly smooth, so it's a really quick job. So I'm just going to add a little bit of colour. As I said, it doesn't have to be. This is not a, one of those ombre flower. Always rub off a little bit to get that nice smooth finish. So there we go. And it does look a little gold. And I also use this colour to add. I'm going to add that there. And every time you use a blending brush, it'll always turn out a little different. So I'm going to be using the Season's Greetings, again in Pretty Peacock. Sorry. Now the Season's Greetings comes from, I'm just checking where it does come from, which stamp set it comes from. It actually comes from the Decorative Trees, so it's part of the bundle. So it has some really nice sentiments, this one. So I'll just put this on here. So do you like it better with plain white, or do you like the little bit of coloured on the background? Leave a comment and let me know. Rightio. So I'm going to pop this up. It's another really, really quick card, which is what this was about. So if you're sending out, which I know some of you do, 70 or 80 cards, and I certainly send out about that many, somewhere between 70 and 80 each year. Now, I could also keep it plain, but I like the little bit of gold sparkle. What's everybody? Pops it? Yep. What does everybody else think? I can't. So Marnie likes the colour. So again, I'm going to use, just because for quickness sake, but you can just do these in bulk. In other words, you could do all your die cutting of this piece, then die cut the trees, and then just put them together. So that makes it pretty quick and easy. So there we go. Easy as. So there's card number 2. Now, card number 3, I've stepped up a little bit. So we go up a little bit more. So this is card number 3. And I'll show you what it looks like up a little close. So you can see it's got this great embossing on it. Now you can use this, lots of embossing folders that this will work with. I use the sentiment from the Peaceful Season, and I also do a bit of shading down here. So let's grab my ingredients for this card. And that noisy little cat of mine has, of course I said that and she's now come back. Okay, so I've got a piece of cardstock that is 5.5 by 8.25. I've scored it at 4 1/8 inches. And then I have this top piece that is exactly the same. So I haven't got left a border. So it is 4 1/8 inches by 5 1/2. Now, can you hear that pussycat? If I leave him at the front, if I log him out, I know what happens because I did it before. Right out. Let's show you how to make this. So I just need this die. I'm going to clean up my desk just a bit. That was the cat leaving. So I'm going to just partially die cut the very edge of this. And you get to choose how much you actually die cut off. So I'm going to do it about there. So I'll grab my cut and emboss machine again. Now, if you're doing this design, make sure that you die cut first and then emboss if you're going to emboss. But you'll see you get to choose. You may not even want to emboss. So I'm doing this one on landscape. So let's line this up. Hopefully, you can't see, so I'm going to pull it over just a bit. So what I do want is my tree to be nice and straight. So I pay a bit of attention that that point and the middle of the tree trunk actually lines up. Every one of these will be a little different. So I'll put this in. Make sure it doesn't move. I'm happy with that. Would anyone like a pussycat? He's lasted, what do I say, 8 weeks here. I do love him dearly, but he's being very wicked at the moment. He knows it. He's missing the attention. So there we go. So that's what the edge is going to look like. So I'll throw that piece away. And I'll bring back my card base. And you can see from here When I bring that up, you can see this is the part that I'm going to colour. Put this back over here so it doesn't get lost. And this one is done in Pool Party and Summer Splash, which when you go to your annual catalogue and you have a look at the colour wheel at the back of the catalogue, I'll just show you where that is. This is how I pick these colours. It's such a useful tool. Where is it? I'm not sure. Here it is. So, Pool Party was the colour that I picked first. And then Coastal Cabana was the next darker colour or more intense colour, and then Summer Splash. So I just worked my way around and I went Summer Splash will be perfect. And you'll see how nice this turns out. Now, on this one, so this is my Pool Party blender brush. There's no great art for this. Now, I could be using my glass mat, but I'm going to be showcasing my glass mat on Friday. And I knew I was using the Company Boss machine, which is always a bit awkward when I'm trying to go in the same area. So I'll load this up. All I'm going to do is colour. You can see where I need to colour and work my way in. Now, what happens, and I want to show you this, if you put it too much on this edge, it'll pick up more colour here. So on this one, I'm actually going to work from the middle out because you're not going to see it. It will take up a little while to build up the colour, even though I have just re-inked this. But it's a pretty colour. You could pick whatever your favourite colours are, but I do like my Christmas colours. I have 3 cats at one stage. All have been dumped. I feel sorry for them and rescued them. Kiko is having fun. She is, to be honest, she's being very, very wicked. It's like she's never played before. She's just looking for attention, which normally she gets, as you can imagine. She is fairly spoiled. If I could show you what she's doing, you would laugh. Now, so you can see now I've added a little bit of colour. But I want to add some more down this side so it shades darker on the way in. You're a good person, Glenda, for rescuing cats. This one's a rescue cat. She knows she's landed. Now, so I just want it down here. This one's a lot more intense colour, as you can see. So I don't want all that ugly. You can see how ugly that is. And we'll just bring down the extra colour down here. I want it a little blended, but I don't want too much. And I want a little bit more. I think I need a little bit more of the Pool Party, just a little bit. This one isn't turning out like the first one. It's pretty easy, as you see. I know. Just add a little bit more colour there. I know. So you can zip these up, and this is pretty, I always find blending pretty enjoyable because it's nice and relaxing. So here's my card base. So you can see it looks a little different than the other one. I'll just try and smooth that out just a smidgen. Right. So next thing I'm going to do is do my stamping. So I'm using the Christmas and the Merry from the Peaceful Season. Now this one actually has a die cut that cuts around that, which I absolutely love. But I wanted to keep this really, really simple. So I'm using, because I want this to pop, the Summer Splash. I'll just put this about here. You get to pick on your card where it sits. All right. It's a nice stamp. And then I picked Night of Navy because I was tending towards black. I thought black's too stark. So to do the Mary, I'll just show you what the card looks like. That's what the card looks like. So you can see the Mary's overstamped. Let's line it up nice and straight because I'm stamping a fair way out in front of me. So I've overstamped that. So I like that, how that looks. Then I'll throw this through the embossing folder, and I'm using the Merry Melody embossing folder, as you can see. So this is in the annual catalogue. Now, I can't read music, and I know there's a right and a wrong way here, but it doesn't matter to me. Gotta be honest, as long as I get that nice texture. So this time I'm just using the platform. I'm using the embossing folder. Now, I can't remember which one comes with, I think this is the one that comes with the cut and emboss. I've still got some of my old plates from the big shop around. So it goes through really smoothly, as you can see. Simple as. And I'll show you what it looks like, because it looks pretty nice. There's so many embossing folders that you could use. So you can see this doesn't look that nice until I put this on. As soon as I put this on, you can see how much it pops. So I'll put this out of the way. I'm going to again pop this up. And again, I'm going to need lots of dimensionals to make it, to hold it up. And again, I'll pull these edges off. Where are these? This is not the easiest job. Normally I'm finished the actual, that will do, that's plenty actually. Normally I've finished the packet of dimensionals and I've only got a few left. Take those off. Oh, it got a bit stuck. And I'll just put this like here. To be honest, Kiko has not been in my craft room all day, but now is when she's decided to come in and play. To take off all those backings. I've got a pocket tool here, which will make this job a little easier. And as you see, another card, really, really simple. And if you batch do it, in other words, do all the blending at one time, all the stamping at one time, all the embossing at one time, you will zip out a lot of these cards pretty darn quick. And I've got another version, which I'm not going to show you how to make, but you'll see. So I want to make sure on this one, now I did forget to do something, I can see that now. I forgot to stamp the little star up there. Now that I've embossed it, it's too late to stamp it, but I've got a little gold star. So we're just going to go with the gold star, I think. Maybe, I don't know. I think I'll go a plain navy later. I don't have any navy cardstock out, I don't think. So there's this card. Now you just got to make sure, and I left this not done. See this little strip down there? I need that popped up. So I'll grab another little piece from my mini dimensionals. But they may be, but I'll cut this piece because I want it nice and thin. Don't want it too big. And that'll just fix this little piece here, so it doesn't hang out and look ugly. I'm going to slide this up. Cut that a little long. So let's just trim it back and line it up with the edge. And there we go. So it's a pretty card. I'm back and we'll watch it all later from the beginning. Hi, Glenda. And just remember, for anyone who's late to the party tonight, just straighten this up, is that there is one video that I couldn't get to work that I started again about 7:20. So there's that card, and I think I like that navy star so much better. So I will just use either the die cut, the die, or my little punch and add a little navy one because I just think it looks so much better. Hadio. So there's card number 3. Now I want to show you option for card number 3. Rather than adding the blending, I just used some of that designer series paper that I showed you before. Exactly the same way. Rather than blending some colour in here, I just added a strip, just a narrow strip. I didn't put it all the way here, just a tiny strip down there. And then, so I've got this one. And then I added some of the gold textured adhesive back dots, which are from the new catalogue, just to take away that white. Now I could have embossed it. There's 1,000 things I could have done, but I wanted to show you how, if you leave it plain, how it will actually look. So then we're coming back to this one. Now I've got something to show you first. I'll just show you this, and I'll show you how to fix it. Don't you love it when you do this? Darn it, it's upside down. So what I do, I could have easily have fixed this, but I decided that I would show you what I would do. The easiest way to do this when you've got it on upside down is just cut just lower than the score line, and then you've just got that, and you add it to a card base. Now, where's my card bases? I'm not sure I've got a spare card base cut, but what have I got here? This looks like a spare card base. Is that going to fit? Yes, it is. Hopefully this is the right size. Got these little sharp claws telling me to move along. And there we go. I can just glue that straight on. I'm not going to pop it up. And I've solved the problem. So nobody will even know that I made a mistake. What did it? I suppose it cost me one card layer, and that's it. So I do need to line it up so nobody can see it. So fixed. And then I've got that little high. Slide it down a bit. I know. So fixed. So let me show you how to make that card. This is another really quick card. So I've got my standard card base, again 8¼ inches. I've done most of the work for this. So I've done the die cutting. So I've just used that same die again. And then I have this piece here, which I can't now remember the width, but I think it's 3½ inches by 5½ inches. So what I did is I die cut these. Now I get to pick which colours that I like. Now, of course, I didn't die cut what I really wanted, but that's okay. So I'm going to use those as my feature. And then just, I wanted 2 of these, but I haven't got 2, so I'll add that one there as well. Now, so I'll remove those ones that I'm going to put at the back. I've got the gold ones at the front. This one doesn't have a lot of gold on it. And I'll just arrange those roughly, sitting like that. And I've got a little pencil mark so I know where to put those back ones. So just there. So therefore I know this is where these need to go. These are going to stick down, so I'm not going to have them popped up. Now all I did was die cut 5 of these. Now on the original I die cut. I want these nice and high. Where's my original card? As you see, that's my original. I'll just put that there. Didn't want the gold on all of these. I just wanted the gold on the front ones so that they popped. And as you see, you can't see where I put that pencil mark, so I don't even have to rub it out. Then I'm going to pop these up, put the red in the center, the other 2 behind it. It's another case of using lots of dimensionals. Here's more dimensionals. Oh, here's some more dimensionals. So I don't get too carried away with these. Just 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom. So it's a quick card. Except I wanted gold. So let's see if I can gently peel these off. I can. All right. Actually, here we go. Right, then we're going to do this one. This is like the old olive one. So these go down first, and then this one's just going to sit in the center. Except I shouldn't have done what I did there. It's just caught up just a bit because I took all those dimensionals off. Now I'm going to have these at different levels. So this one's going to sit up just a bit, but none of them are going to line up with here. So I've got 3 different levels, 1 very low, and so that they tier up, so they look like they've got some depth to them. They don't have to be perfect, so there we go. Then I have stamped. I kept it to stamping. I could have done some heat embossing, but I like the idea of just keeping it really simple. So again, I want some of these little minis. If I put them on the right way, they'll fit. I'm only going to put 3 on. I think that'll be fine. Seeing everyone has a go at me if I use too many dimensionals. They call me the dimensional queen. So let's just... This one doesn't want to come off. There's lots of places I could put this. This one I'm going to put in the center this time. So let's make sure I've got it in the center. So about there, I think. And you'll see what a difference it is just by placing it. Now, I've got this gold trim to pick up the gold in my trees. Can I do this very quickly again? There's no great difficulty. So, oh, shivers. Sorry, I'm going to show you something when I finish here. And this is why you should never ignore a little pussycat. I will take the desk cam down and I will show you what has occurred. You know, when she went really quiet, I should have been paying way, way more attention. You're going to laugh. I'm not going to laugh when I have to clean it up. Anyway, let's peel this off. So I do one side, I'm using the tear and tape, and I want the same border. So all I do is start on one side and work my way over. Just see I've left an overhang because I find that a little easier. Then I'll do this one. There we go. Again, I will pick the nice edge because this is just scrap that I had lying around. I know, so I'll grab my scissors, trim these off so that I know that they're going to be nice and level. Then I can just add it here. Oops, that one's not that level. See, there's my scissors there. Just need to trim that off a little bit more. Then I sit down, adhere it to my card base, and that card is done other than decorating the inside. I'm just looking for my multi-purpose glue. You're going to die laughing when you see what that sweet little innocent pussycat has done. I'm trying to keep my sense of humour. Oh, I cut this a little bigger. I forgot that. I know. I cut it a bit bigger so that I could trim it down with the trimmer. But I'm going to have to trim it down with my scissors on both sides just to fix it up. I forgot that I changed the size. And I'll just do that, and then I'll grab my big scissors and trim this up. And then you can see how Kiko has been helping me craft while I've been doing this. It's not pretty. She will want to run when I finish this. Not that too much discipline ever occurs in this house. Ideo. So there's the last card. I think navy will look awesome. Yeah, I think it's far better. Ideo. So here we go. I'll bring back the cards. I'll just do one of each. I don't know which ones I've done and which ones I haven't. So I'll put the one with the navy tree so there's no confusion. So they're the 5 cards. So which is your favourite? So I'm going 1, 2. Just swap these over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So which one would you choose as if you're only picking one Christmas card for this year, what you would choose? Which one would you pick? Leave a comment. Hi Carol, how are you? Now, whilst you're writing down number 5's, this one. There you go. Number 4. Okay. Now, whilst I'm doing that, I'm just going to take my phone off the thing, and you're going to see, as a close today, what a sweet little innocent, cute cat little Kiko is. So just watch what happens here. Do you see what that is? That is all her work. I'm lucky to have such a helper, aren't I? Anyway, Carol likes number 3. See, everybody likes something different. And that's one of the things about card making. You get to choose which cards you like the most. Rightio. So don't forget, this Friday I'm doing another Facebook Live. Just turn you around so you do see that I am here tonight. I haven't got someone standing in for me. And Friday with Christine at 10 a.m. And we're going to be, well, I'm not even sure what projects I'm going to do, and I certainly don't know what Christine's going to do, but we're going to be doing something that uses the glass mat. So that's what we're talking about, is how to take advantage of your glass mat and the best things. And as Glenda says, oh my, she is naughty. Is she dark coloured? If she wasn't, she should be now. Carol, yes, she is very naughty. Anyway, I will see you this Friday, 10 a.m. with Christine from Boston, as we craft together, and you'll see some different techniques and some new products as well. So thanks, everybody. I've got to go for some unknown reason and clean up my craft room. I'm not looking forward to this. Lucky it's water-based ink, which should mean that it is easier to clean up. But that'll be my first job. Is she dark coloured? I don't know how to tell her that what she did was naughty, but we'll have a talk later. Bye for now. Thanks very much for your patience tonight and for joining us.